Here we go.
You're tuning in to Will Love Listen. Now listen.
Facial things to do.
That's a good way to start it. I'm so glad
Yeah.
you're looking at my IG. Was it official enough for you?
Sorry?
Did it look official enough for you?
Very. You have a lot of followers too.
Oh, thank you. Well, I've been doing this actually a while. So I started working radio really young, honestly. And I worked in top 40 radio for like 8 years. And
Wow.
then I started the whole podcast situation and that kind of took off. And I've written for the magazine for a while. So
Yeah.
it's good. I like it. I have my hands full.
Okay, good.
Do you think pop radio has probably changed since you were there, right?
It's so crazy because I feel like in like the 8 or so years I was working in it, that it changed completely
Yeah.
because the first station I worked at here in New York was like a live and local heritage station. And, it was popular. Everyone loved it. And then they kind of sold out to syndication. And what I noticed is like the stations I worked at is I'm not a fan of syndication because all the stations that I worked at were very live and local and they were popular. Like even the last one I
Yeah.
worked at for 4 years, K1047, like we would have big summer concerts, we would have winter concerts,
Right.
did a lot of work with record labels, and it was a popular station. But then after the pandemic, I feel like they really sold out and they fired more than half the air staff and they went full on syndication. And I just feel like, I don't know, people could hear that.
Yeah, well, I mean, the people still love the live stuff. It just feels different.
Yeah, especially like,
Imagine how different pop stations were when I was making pop records.
well, they were probably better because everyone was local then. Like they were real live and local, right?
Yeah, yeah. But the only thing constant is change, so I'm down with it.
That is true. That is true. And I mean, like you've witnessed a lot of change because especially with the adaptations from like cassette, like vinyl to cassette to CD to now streaming. And
Well,
I feel
I used to like, when the 78s went out, I was really upset. Yeah, bad joke. You don't know what the
No
78s
one
are?
listening to this is going to know what that is.
The 78s, the 1920s?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay, have your way.
but you did witness a lot of change and you obviously clearly survived a lot of change. So, how was that? Like, is there a certain era of the music industry that you miss, or do you like what it is today?
I'm okay with what it is today. I'm not that guy that complains about the music business. I mean, you know, the music business makes you get out. You don't leave because you don't like it. Anybody that says that, oh, I had to get out, it was terrible, they're lying. It's like it makes you get out. And
True.
that's why I sort of stopped making records 10 years ago, because I wanted to get out while I was still, relatively on top and not making the business get rid of me. And, if you talk to Ed Sheeran or, Beyonce or any of the current artists, they all think the music business is perfect. So, we can't, again, the only thing constant is change.
Yeah, that is true. I feel like streaming is such a hot topic now, especially when I interview people because I try to gauge like what they think. And I
Right.
think some people love it because of the opportunity it gives people, whereas
Right.
other artists aren't necessarily a fan of it because they feel, without saying this, they feel like it gives like the undeserved an opportunity to like really do well. Like it kind of get
I've
like
never heard that.
Well, you'll never hear us saying
No.
that.
No.
But that's an interesting perspective. I mean, listen, it's not that different. I mean, everything has changed. Like the acting world landscape has changed, where
Broadway's changed.
Broadway's changed, but specifically like television and film has changed so much with post-pandemic, where people don't go in for in-person auditions anymore. Everything's on self-tape. Like you have to do it yourself, put yourself on tape, be your own director in those perspectives, and then like your auditions are on Zooms and things like that. So it's all different, and I really miss the old, you didn't ask me this question, but I really miss the old days where I would get the sides, I'd prepare for my audition, I'd drive to wherever I had to
Get
go here.
nervous.
Yeah, getting nervous, get excited when I got the call back, drive in for another call back, and the process is now so isolating. It's just,
yeah.
but to go back to the streaming thing, it does give more people opportunity because you don't have to be in LA. You don't have to live just in so-called Hollywood to get an opportunity to be seen. So you could be in Ohio and if you have someone who's going to put your tape forward, you'll have an opportunity to be seen. So it is kind of like a more fair playing field for more people. So that's a good thing. But I do miss the old kind of way.
I feel like it's a mixed bag because like I feel like the traditional way, like it really got you more maybe passionate about the project, but whereas now it does give more opportunity. But it
Right.
can also restrict how you come across because some people are really good at coming across in person, whereas like digitally, there's only so much of like an idea people could get of you, I feel.
Right.
It's going to be fine. When television came out, they said it was going to kill radio. It didn't. When CDs came out, they said it was going to kill LPs. It actually hasn't. It's
Yeah,
just
that's
this
true. It didn't
natural
actually.
progression of, when streaming's come out, it's going to kill the business. It's not.
But CDs did get killed.
Well, they lasted a long time.
They did
I mean,
last a long
they're
time.
still sort of around. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah.
But
it is.
just well, you go on to the next thing. And just further to that, briefly, it's not a question you asked, but in the music business, Sinatra was the bad boy in the 40s. And then Elvis came along. Sinatra was great. Parents go, yeah, Sinatra's good, Elvis is bad. And then the Beatles came out. Elvis is bad. Elvis is good.
Beatles are
The
bad.
Beatles are bad. And then punk music came out. Beatles are great, but punk music, watch it, and on and on. It's just so predictable.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. It's like it changes, but like there's always constant factors in it. And you probably have seen a lot of that.
Well, I didn't see Sinatra, but
No, no, I mean you
I saw
probably
everything else.
no, I don't mean like that, but you probably saw like a lot of times where like
Yeah.
someone will sort of have like a bad reputation, and then as time goes on, they get a good reputation. And then the new artist coming up has that sort of bad reputation, so it goes from one to the next.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's all great.
I do want to, it's so funny, which I'll get to a little bit later, but I posted I was going to be interviewing you guys, and I received so many questions.
Oh, that's so
Good.
nice.
Yeah, so many
Well,
questions.
at least maybe some of them weren't nice, but that's so nice.
Yeah.
But
Why did you guys get married?
no, I didn't receive anything like that. But we'll get to some of them because they're fun. But first, I want to talk about the tour of Curse because you have a plethora of dates lined up this spring into summer. An intimate evening with David Foster and Katharine McPhee. And I know Chris Bodie is joining you for some of those as well.
Yeah, well,
Really?
actually, I'm joining you guys.
That's true.
It's more like that.
She's the guest artist.
I'm the guest artist. No, I mean, you've known Chris Bodie for a long time, but our stuff in the fall in May, the shows coming up in May, are some of the shows that we've started kind of during the pandemic, like where we were just trying to find something to do. And in turn, we're hoping we could give some people, at 5 o'clock every day, something to look forward to.
On our Instagram
Yeah,
account.
we would go live on our Instagram account. We called it the Cat and Dave Show. And then, oh, shoot. Sorry about that. I'm not going to be able to stop calls coming through. So
No, it's all good. No, it's all good.
okay. There, I made you bigger, but it's still the same angle, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know where I was leaving off.
Well,
about the Cat and
so
Dave
we
Show.
were doing the Instagram, and then both of us were touring separately before we even got
I
together.
basically said, like, why don't we just do some shows on our own, and then we haven't stopped doing it since. And
5 years.
it's it's been a great thing for us, especially having a young child. He's now getting older. He's 4. He's still young, but we've been all over the place
All over the
together,
world.
and it's been pretty consistent touring. And so the show came out of during the pandemic when we were trying to entertain people and sing lots of different genres, cover his genre of music, which is impossible to cover in one show. And then some of the stuff that I've done over the years, but it's really developed into a super fun, funny show. It's not just like a night of music. It's really a night of getting to know the both of us and understanding our dynamic as a couple and how we came to be and the stories behind that. Anything
Yeah.
else?
And then on to Chris. I mean, Chris
Yeah.
Bodie is our favorite musician. He's just so brilliant, and I really mean that, Will. I mean,
It's an amazing night of music, really.
yeah, people say that about musicians and all. Then there are a lot of great musicians, but Chris is like going to see his concert is like a religious experience. He's just phenomenal. So us joining up together and having Cat along, it's really going to be special.
It's kind of a little bit more,
A little jazzier.
little jazzier. So I did a jazz album about, I don't know, 8 years ago, maybe 9 years ago. So I get to cover some of the stuff that I did and then cover some of the stuff that he always does in his show. So it's a completely different show from May to June. But it'll be fun because we'll still bring our little banter stuff. Yeah. We always have that husband and wife banter.
Would you like to hear some of it, Will? Go.
Yes. But that's great. And you have so many dates lined up. In like my area specifically, you have you have 3 stops in New Jersey, 2 in
Yeah.
Pennsylvania, 1 in New York, and then there are a ton all throughout the country, from Florida to California and in between.
Yeah, we're really
You guys have a lot of dates
area.
lined up.
Yeah. Our sweet spot is performing arts centers. We love them. They're like, 1,500 to 2,500 seaters, and that's just great. It's like a living room. You can really talk to everybody. You can reach everybody. You feel they're close. And that's what we do.
Yeah, it provides a real intimate experience for fans. And you told us a little bit about what to expect on the tour. Are you going to be mixing up the set list on this tour as well?
You mean other than what we just talked about, or
We probably will, yeah, because
we never know?
we do sort of start thinking about it when, I mean, we're getting closer to it because it is the end of April. Is it the end of April? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know what month it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always try to switch it up a little bit, and especially the shows with Chris will be entirely different, as we mentioned. But yeah, it'll be a little different.
Our shows
he doesn't like it when I switch it up too much. He's like,
Our shows are like, look, I've written so many hits, Will, it's just impossible to we could be there for 6 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
No, there's
joking.
smash
He's not
material.
joking.
Fans would love that. Fans would love that.
No, it's smash material. It's waitress material. It's of course all my songs, and then there's songs that we just love.
Yeah, that
we
just
do a couple
love.
of songs that I had nothing to do with. She had nothing to do with, but we just love them.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this because I mean, I followed both of you guys for a while, and I do remember those pandemic videos.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Watched them on IG. I thought they were great.
Boy, it was like a one-man show.
It was
You remember when
insane.
nobody was talking to anybody, nobody was being around anybody physically. So we had to do hold up the light and the 2 phones and the
Oh,
little props and
We'd spend hours rehearsing the setup before, so we would get into arguments because I'd be like, no, you have to hold the phone while I hold this, and we'd have to rehearse it. We'd have to film it so we could see what it would look like to people back at home. It was like a whole production, but it actually kept us really busy. You were more motivated than I was. I threw the towel in within like 2 weeks. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. This is insane. We're gonna end up divorced before we've even been married 2 years. It was like
remember there was
intense.
that one that we did where either you or I was sleeping on the sofa and was you sleeping and you were having a dream and I would nudge you and I wake you. We got really creative.
I think you were the one who was sleeping
Yeah.
or something. I don't remember.
Anyway, here we are 5 years later.
I know, right? It really worked out. And touring as a couple, how is that dynamic? Because that's a very interesting dynamic. Do you find that touring and especially creating music as a couple has brought your relationship closer together and made you stronger?
Definitely does not bring our relationship closer.
Really?
If anything, when we're on the road, it's like we don't even see each other that much because I get up. This is what
She has her own bus.
I don't have my own bus. No, because I get up with Rennie to try and take our son somewhere fun during the day. Like, okay, we're in, I don't know, Tarrytown, New York, or we're in New Jersey. Like, where am I going to take you today? That's going to be entertaining before showtime. And then he's rehearsing with the band and doing all different kinds of stuff. And so
And
it's
we
like,
usually see each other around 4
What?
o'clock.
Are you okay?
I don't know. I've been
You
up so
good?
early. Oh, I've been up so early.
He has been up early, but yeah. So we just have different schedules during the day. So when the tour is over, we have to kind of regroup and be like, okay, we're not like band members. We're not bros
We're
sharing a
husband and
bus.
wife.
We need to kind of reconnect. So it doesn't actually bring us together closer during that time.
But it's probably better that way.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
We're still together, so.
Yeah.
I love how you answer honestly, because I feel like other artists would
Try to
give a
make it
romanticized
fluffy.
version of
Faith Hill and Tim McGraw be like, oh God, it's so great to be on the road with my wife.
Yeah.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, the shows, like you hopefully love your job, right? There's things about your job that you're like, okay, that's not my favorite part of the job. Our favorite part of the job is
It's the
being there
stage.
with the audience on stage. That's our favorite part of the job. All the stuff in between, the schlepping from town to town, not getting good sleep, all that stuff is part of the thing that makes it a job, right? That makes it work. The performances, I always say, when you're auditioning to try and get onto a TV show or a movie, the auditioning is the work. it's when you get the job is the joy, and the performance stuff it is work, but it's like a joy to do it. It's the artistic part of it. Um, so yeah, being on stage is the part that we look forward to the most because it's the most fun.
Yeah, exactly. And I do feel like even though if it's a crazy dynamic, it has to make you guys respect each other more because you work in the
No,
same field. Oh, really?
You don't respect
we
me on
respect each
stage.
other plenty,
No, you
but
don't.
not on stage. No, we're
I don't respect you either.
no, we're very
No,
irreverent.
we're very irreverent. He's the most irreverent. He says some things that gets him into trouble. We
Oh,
won't get in.
I said one thing a couple of years
Yeah.
ago
Do
that I,
tell.
Well, you could literally Google it. Like every headline talked about it, which we don't even need to bring it up. But I mean, we can bring it up. But
well, there's a we show a picture of Kat American Idol from 20 years
and I
ago,
always say, "Oh, there I am, looking chubby and cheerful,"
and
right?
I think one night I said something like, "Yeah,
I was
you
like,
were kind of fat." I mean, like I was trying to, you're always trying to get a laugh, and you
Yes, of
can't.
course.
Everything can't be right.
well,
You're
one
riffing.
one TikToker did not like that. I don't know if he was a fan of mine or
Well, rightfully
never,
so. I mean,
never. Well, I do think that I was like, you probably shouldn't say that. But the thing is that it looks so bad. The audience thought it was funny because it was in the
well,
moment.
yeah,
Well,
maybe,
maybe some of them, maybe
yeah,
some of them didn't.
yeah.
Um, but in the moment, like you say things on stage, and I mean, I've literally said to him on stage where we got into like a tit for tat on stage. I was like, "Don't be a jerk like that," right?
That freaked me. I hated
He
it.
got so mad at me that he was like basically punishing me for the rest of the show. I was like, "Are you okay?" He was looking at me, scowling at me the whole show, and then he came off stage. He's like, "I really didn't like that you said you called me a jerk." I was like, "David, there are things that happen on stage that we cannot take off stage. Like that is part of it. I mean, if we're gonna kind of just go with things in the moment, sometimes things don't come out the best." But I did say it with a smile. I didn't really mean like I didn't really. Did you really mean that I was fat? Did I really mean you were a jerk? So anyway,
We have,
we're
I
learning.
think the most funny thing that have come up with recently is
Well,
we were doing a matinee, remember? And somewhere, and
I don't
I
remember.
said something to the audience like, "Hey, you guys are so lively. This is great. It's the afternoon. Like you've all taken your meds." And then she said,
What did I
"You
say?
said, and David's taking his meds
Oh
too."
yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah, it was. It
Yeah.
actually was funny. So most of the time, it works. It lands fine, where he's okay with it and I'm okay with it. But every once in a while,
You got to take the chance. For the 1 in 100 that are bad, you got to go for the other 99,
yeah.
Yeah, see, I agree with that. And I love
right?
that stuff. I mean, I have a lot of comedians that have come on here, like everyone from like Nikki Glazer to Margaret Cho.
Oh
So,
wow.
like
Nikki, whoa.
Nikki, that was
Yeah, and
sometimes I'm always getting like really raunchy and shit on here. So like I like that. Like as a fan, like I like going to shows and seeing like that's
yeah.
the dynamic, honestly.
And all it takes is one person to be sensitive or protective of somebody on stage or not like somebody on stage, and then they can post it and make a thing out of it. And it certainly made a thing out of it, but it's okay. Like
Yeah,
that's part of the job is that you sometimes don't say things exactly the way you want to say them. But anyway, our show is exactly that.
it's fun.
It's fun, and if we ever say anything that is kind of poking at each other, it's meant to be in good fun.
Will, I have a question for you, and I'm not going to ask you 5 questions, just one question because I want to know about your musical taste.
Yeah,
What
sure.
is your Desert Island CD?
Desert
The,
Island CD, that's
for the
tough.
rest of your life, it could be greatest hits, but it can't be a playlist.
So it has to be one album.
One album.
Oh God.
Hard.
Don't
See,
have, go ahead.
let me think. If it's only one album, it would have, if I have to listen to that for the rest of my life, it would have to be something that I have some sort of an emotional tie to.
Of course.
Um, and I'm just gonna say what pops into my head right
Yeah.
now. And it's probably not what it would be if I thought about it
Well,
long.
think about something better in like 2 hours from now, and you'd be like, oh,
Yeah, exactly. But the Smashing Pumpkins Adore album.
oh, that's a good one, actually. I
Yeah,
loved Smashing Pumpkins
What
when
was
I
the,
was,
the lead guy? What was his name?
Billy Corgan.
Yeah,
yeah.
he's still around, right?
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
such a great band.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so funny because that album was very polarizing to their fan base. Yet I actually find it to be their best album, in my opinion. I think it has the most emotional depth. And I think the sound is different than what they typically do. And I think had they explored that sound more, it would have really worked for them.
We're doing a private show in July with Mike McDonald And isn't it the guy from the Smashing Pumpkins, or is it another group?
I don't know. I don't think it's Smashing Pumpkins. Yeah.
Oh, well.
But why did you ask that? I'm curious now.
Because I want to know about you musically. You know?
Oh, okay. I mean, I do have like a very like
Broad.
a wide range of tastes, especially
Well,
that's
give me one more in another genre,
in another genre. Uh,
and don't take all day.
I know.
Knee jerk.
Well, it's sometimes hard to do knee jerk.
York's greatest hits.
Sorry.
Who?
York's greatest hits
Oh,
album.
Bjork. Oh,
So
wow.
now I really know a lot about you. And this interview's over.
I was just like,
You're eclectic. That's what you are.
yeah, because I'll go to like I do cover a lot of pop shows and like I love going to see pop shows but like part of it is also because like I mean it's good career wise to write about and be
Yeah.
associated with a Lady Gaga or a Taylor Swift. But at the same time, that's not the type of music I'm listening to.
Got it.
Did you like the Paula Cole This Fire album?
I do like Paula Cole. I do.
I only liked that one album, honestly, but I just thought maybe
Produced by Ron Fair, I think.
that album, the
So.
This Fire album.
Mhm.
Where do I put this fire?
I will say,
I won't believe.
speaking of songs with like, sorry, I shouldn't have interrupted your
That's
singing.
okay.
But speaking of songs that you have like an emotional tie to, like growing up, my mother was like a huge fan of Celine Dion. So like her music, particularly like her hits, like,
Number ones.
yeah, I have such like memory
All
too.
by myself.
And seeing her in concert was so surreal because I
She's
actually
incredible.
saw her, she was doing a show in New Jersey just a few days before the whole pandemic shut down. And it was so cool to go to that show specifically, which was just a couple days before everything shut down, and to see her so close. It was like amazing, especially
No
given
one's,
like her
no one's like
condition
Celine,
now.
that's for sure.
We love her.
Yeah, I love Celine. I'm curious because you've worked with like so many artists and like you really like made the careers of so many household names.
The
Who are
only,
your top
the only
three?
one he left out was me.
Well,
Put all his energy into all those other pop stars, except for me.
I wouldn't say I've made the careers of a lot of, but I've helped a lot of artists. You know,
Come on.
no, I mean, Clive Davis has helped a lot of artists with their careers, made their
Well,
careers.
so have you.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
who are your top three that you're most proud of?
Well, I would say probably Celine, Whitney, and Michael Bublé.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so obviously Whitney was a huge star by the time I came along in her life, but I think I've always said that the album I did with her, The Bodyguard, I don't think it was her greatest album, but I think I got her at her best time.
I love that album.
Late.
I feel like like her voice, like, and like she really brings out the lyrics in all of those songs on that album. So that's
Yeah.
one of my favorites by her. But what do you think is her best if you don't think that is her best? Because you have a lot of
I mean,
I have to,
I loved her.
I have to go to my voice lesson. Sorry, I have to depart.
Was there a time that you thought you were going to have us today? How much
um,
time?
I don't like a good maybe a little bit over a half hour.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Sorry, I didn't know it was going to be that long, but I have to take this call now.
Really?
Yeah. I
Well,
do.
real quick, I guess before
Okay. You
uh,
can stay on, but I gotta
I
go.
will.
before you head out, Kat, some questions that people send in specifically for you is one, when will your
Yeah.
next solo album be released? And will you be returning to Broadway anytime soon or a Broadway production of David's?
Yeah, I just did a workshop for another musical David was working on, and that was
Called Lucky Us.
called Lucky Us, and it's I forgot like how much work goes into developing a show. Like it's still I feel like a long ways away if anything was going to happen with it. But I mean, you worked on Boop for so long, but I did enjoy the process. I loved working with Michael Greif, who
Great director.
yeah, great director. And so I don't know. I'm keeping my feelers out. I am working on some music. I don't know if it's going to be an album. I don't know if it'll just be like a handful
No,
of songs.
you've been working hard on it.
I have been working really hard, but I don't know if it's going to be an album.
It'll
Like,
be
I
an
don't-
album.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
don't
She's
know.
been going to Nashville, like made 3 or 4 or 5 trips. Can you
wow.
ask him if you can do a little later?
No, I can't actually.
can't?
No, I have to go. I have to take this at 10 o'clock. So
Okay.
I'm already 10 minutes late.
Her
but-
voice teacher is like you know,
Yeah, it's my voice teacher. Sorry.
No,
to
I
save,
got
Committed. No, not to save my voice, to keep my voice.
yeah, to keep your
But anyway, that's it. I'll let you guys finish chatting.
Okay.
Sorry, I have to depart. I didn't realize we were going
Do you have one more question for that was sent in?
Um, well, yeah, this one was kind of like a couple question. Um, where do your musical influences come from?
I think mine, I mean, Mariah Carey for sure was like my very first influence. And my mom's a singer, so I was influenced by all her standards that she sang. She did a lot of standards, Great American Songbook. So I know all of those standards because of my mom, but then she also listened to Barbara Streisand and
For
a
your
lot of
top three are
opera.
Whitney, Celine, Mariah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say, I mean, I was like also Boys to Men and Brian McKnight. I was really influenced by R&B. And then just loved good torchy singers. So I also loved the countryside, which was like Shania Twain and Faith Hill, Alanis Morissette. So I'm kind of a well-rounded, but I was not a studier of discography. Like I didn't study who the producers were behind the artists. I didn't study any of that stuff. I only cared about the singer, which looking back, I wish that I had been more invested in knowing who the musicians were and the producers and the engineers and things like that, because you learn more about music and you care about it differently when you know about all the people behind it. So I was late to that part.
And you're late to your voice.
Yes, I am. Okay.
Hit it.
Sorry, Will.
It's all good. I'll see you guys.
Thanks.
I'll see you in New Jersey, Catherine. But David, I do have some more questions for you.
Am I centered now? Because I don't have me on camera.
You are actually really
Okay.
centered. Perfect. So, Boop the musical. So, I was very excited when they announced this because my mother was always a huge Betty Boop fan. So, it's cool to see this be brought to light. And,
Yeah.
in March, they had some preview dates on Broadway. And then earlier this month in April, it officially launched on Broadway. The people are loving it. How is it developing the music for this project?
Exhausting. I mean, it was obviously a whole new thing for me. And it took a long time, like over a decade by my involvement. Things moved really slow on Broadway a lot of the time. I rallied, I think. I mean, I enjoyed the process, but in my record making, I was sort of the king of the hill, and all decisions came and went to me. In writing a Broadway show, the composer does not have that same authority. It's the director's vision and the producer, but mainly the director. And Jerry Mitchell, who directed this, is an incredible director, and he, excuse me, he had a vision, and then here we are. We're on Broadway. It's amazing.
Yeah, the people are loving it. The fans like have nothing but good things to say about it. Um, well, you kind of already answered this, but what was the dynamic like working with everybody? Did you find like it was a very cohesive project?
It was in and out of being cohesive, to tell you the truth. I mean, if you imagine spread over a decade, a lot can happen. And then COVID happened, and so the lyricist I wrote with, named Susan Birkenhead, she's amazing, really phenomenal lyricist. But we did a lot of our writing over Zoom because she lived in New York, I lived in LA, and also there was the pandemic. So it was a strange new way for all of us to work, actually. But we got the job done. And I mean, you sit back now and you go to the theater and you go, yes, it was worth it. But it didn't feel like it some of the time.
Oh, that's interesting. But everyone's hoping. I can't wait to see it. So
It's fun. It's not, you're not going to go out of there going like, what do they mean by this? And what do they mean by that? It's not, it's not Shakespeare. It's just a good, fun family night.
well, you really brought the character to life, and people want to know when will the soundtrack be officially released?
Well, that's why I'm so tired, because I'm working on it day and night because there's such a time crunch. We weren't able to record the cast until 2 weeks ago, and they want the album delivered Monday. And then for me, that's like, I mean, in my old life, I'd be still getting a drum sound by now, and so everything is so sped up. But yeah, it'll be out 1st of June.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that. I'm excited for that.
And it's really good. I mean, it's really good because, I pride myself in being a good record maker.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're like a genius.
Well, not that, but just fastidious and, focused. And I think people are going to relive the show when they put the record on.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm gonna
Hey,
go.
do you listen to cast albums at all?
I do actually. Yeah. So
Okay, here's
like
a question for you. Do you, if you've ever noticed, do you like when they have tap dancing on the cast album? Or have you not noticed?
personally, I do. I feel like things like that add more character to
Hmm.
it.
Hmm.
I actually was into Broadway since I was younger. You know what got me into Broadway? I saw
No.
the movie Rent,
Oh
and
yeah.
I got the soundtrack for that, and then I actually picked up the Broadway soundtrack, and I thought the Broadway soundtrack was so much better than the movie soundtrack, and that's what got me into Broadway soundtracks.
Wow, okay. So
Yeah,
you're a thumbs up for tap.
absolutely.
You
Yeah,
know, a little of it goes a long way.
yeah,
On
yeah.
record, on record.
It does, and stuff like that makes it almost like brings you to the show. It makes you feel like you were there.
Yeah.
So I like little elements like that being added personally.
Do you like hearing dialogue on the soundtrack?
I think so, yeah, because you another soundtrack that I like, another Broadway soundtrack I used to love, I still do, but I was obsessed with this, the Wicked soundtrack, the
Oh, I
Broadway one,
mean,
where there was a lot of dialogue on that, and I love that.
yeah,
So
got it. Yeah.
elements like that help.
Good. Thanks for the input.
Yeah, as like a Broadway.
There's four bars of dialogue in the song Hero that I took out, and because of you, I'm gonna put it back in.
Really? Okay, thank you. I feel honored. Thank you. I think fans especially, like if you're a fan of like a play, like elements like that, you eat up.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Do you have any questions for me before we shut
Yeah,
down?
you got there's so many for you. Some are funny, some are more serious.
If you
Um,
want to do a rapid fire, we could do that.
totally, that works great.
Okay.
What's your favorite memory of working with Celine Dion?
Uh, she was so incredible. We were working at my studio in Malibu. I just put in a tennis court, and there was a window in the studio, and it was just finished. And the guy came into the studio and said, "It's okay to play on it now." And so I went out there and I said, "Celine, I'll just be a minute. I just want to bounce a ball on my new tennis court." And I went and out there and I ended up playing a whole set of tennis. And about 20 minutes in, I watched her. She was still standing at the microphone 20 minutes later, watching me play tennis and not moving. Felt so bad. Strange memory, but that's one of a thousand.
From your stories, she sounds like she was so humble.
She is and was amazing. An amazing talent, an amazing woman. My favorite.
When are you going to do another Christmas record?
I won't probably ever do one, but I actually am talking to, I haven't made a record in 10 years, but I'm talking to a very big artist right now about doing their Christmas album. So I might jump back in the studio just for that.
Oh, nice. Any hints?
No, big. I mean, big Christmas guy.
Okay. All right.
They'll go do your research.
Why do you hate backpacks so much?
Backpacks?
Yeah.
No, did I say that? Oh, wait. I bagged on somebody about that. No pun intended. I don't know. Oh, I bet you that's from Jasper. I bet you that's from Jasper because I said, get rid of that backpack. It looks ridiculous on you.
Do you still have a relationship or do you talk to the Hadid family or anyone in it?
I still in touch with the girls,
Oh, nice.
um, Gigi and Bella. Gigi came to opening night of Boop.
Did she really? That was very sweet. Oh, that's
Yeah, she did. That was very sweet of her. Yeah, yeah. They're great girls.
yeah. It seemed like that resonated on screen. It seemed like you had a very strong relationship with them. I like
Yeah.
that.
I mean, I was, with them for some formative years, so
Yeah. Milk chocolate or dark chocolate?
dark.
Dark chocolate. Yeah, that's the best. Milk chocolate.
You? Same? Yeah.
Same. It's healthier and less artificial.
Yeah.
When you're not touring, what music do you tend to listen to in your own downtime?
Jazz.
Jazz. Okay.
Always jazz.
Sort of leads to the next question. What was the most fun or enjoyable date you've had?
Date of performing or a romantic date?
I guess both, but it seems like romantic.
Oh, romantic. Pass.
If your love story became a musical, what would it be, or what would it sound like musically?
I don't know what it would sound like musically, but it would be called "He Did His Best."
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Do you plan to have another child?
Yeah.
No?
And there's no plans for that right now.
Okay. Are you coming to, it seems like a lot of people, some people live out of country and they want to know if one wanted to know if you're coming to the Philippines and other the UK and then some other countries.
We played the Philippines. I played the Philippines. I've been to Asia probably 20 times, and I played almost every country in Asia multiple times. The UK, we almost got something going this year, but I just can't seem to crack that nut. I don't know why, but I would think that I would do well over there in the UK, but it hasn't, the offers haven't presented themselves to be anything viable.
Really? Okay. Well, they need to get on that.
Yeah, I know. Why don't you get on that for me?
Yeah, I know, right? I probably, I'm convincing I could send like a good email.
Yeah.
Do you plan to release with Catherine a song or album together in the near future?
No, but like we said, Catherine, she's making her own record right now, which I probably won't produce because I don't want to say it's in the country vein, but it's country inspired, sort of Americana. And she's been writing songs and they're really, really good. So I think she's going to make a great record.
Now, do you have plans to do any new music with Chris Bodie?
If he asks, I probably would. I mean, I always love being in the studio with him. It's just always a great experience. He's the consummate musician, my favorite.
Even though you have your hands full now, which you really do, are there any future projects coming up?
Well, I'm working on that new musical called Lucky Us that Kat mentioned. She did the 10-day workshop with us. So that'll you know that'll consume a lot of time. And I'm remotely associated with another musical that we're trying to get developed. So I don't know. It could be where I hang my hat.
And a couple more. What current artists today would you like to write for or produce for? Which I'm actually curious about that too. Like, who would you collaborate with today?
Well, if I had to give you two, well, three actually. I love Ed Sheeran. I love everything he does. I love the way he writes. I love the way he sings. I love the way he plays. I love the way he constructs his songs. And then here's a left field one for you. I love Kendrick Lamar, and I'll tell you why. Kendrick Lamar to me is a jazz musician. When you listen to his raps, he starts here and he builds, and the arc of his rap is like it's almost like he can see the end of his rap before he starts, and that's the mark of a true jazz musician. I think that would be exciting for me. And then thirdly, I love this girl from England named Raye. Have you ever checked her out?
Yes, I know exactly who you're talking about. I love her. She's very underrated.
Wow, what a great singer!
I just wanted to prove to him that I'm doing my lesson.
Oh, I love it.
Okay.
You sound beautiful. Ray, I love her voice. And she does I think she sounds great on like house and EDM because
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, that's the thing. She sort of combines like what I love about Celine, and then what I also love about Pink, and what I love about sort of earthier singers that maybe don't have the range of Celine. But she's sort of right. She just lays right in this slot where she's taken from everybody. I just love it.
yeah, I would love to see you work with all three of them because those are such unique artists. I've seen Ed Sheeran live a few times. I would love for that. And Kendrick Lamar, I know what you mean about his raps. They're not like your normal rap. And
No.
that would be a great collaboration.
I
Maybe
think so because I think musically I could relate to him. He does really cool music under his raps, like
he
super
does.
super complicated.
And I've
Yeah,
heard like a lot of unreleased stuff by him, which I could see why they didn't release it because one sounded too pop, another sounded like almost EDM. And I was like, but his voice could suit a variety of styles of music. And I think it would be cool
100%. Yeah,
uh, for that. I'm
100%.
gonna post this. Maybe it'll happen.
Great. Who would you like to interview that you haven't interviewed?
Oh, I'm a big comedy buff.
Give me
Um,
three. We'll put that out there too.
yeah. Just because I've covered a lot of her shows for the magazine, I would love to interview Lady Gaga.
Mhm.
Just because I have a lot of questions for her that are not anything that she's asked on a regular basis. So I think that would be good. Um, well, I always wanted to interview you, so I
I
mean
love that.
that's one.
Well, you got to give me two more now.
Bjork, because I feel like she's an enigma musically, and I feel like that would be a very interesting interview, and people would find out more than what they know about her already. Um, Joe Rogan, third.
Oh, I'd like to go on the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah, I would love to interview him. I listen to some of his podcasts. I mean, they do tend to run very long, but they're also very informative. And
Yeah,
I think you should go on his podcast. I think that would be
yeah. I mean, nobody's asking, but if you ever did ask, I'd go in a heartbeat. I think he's brilliant.
that would be and I know he'd be able to get a lot of shit out of you. He's very good at that.
Well, you are too, man. You got a lot of good questions.
Um,
Bjork, my daughter Amy, who's a songwriter, bought a place in Iceland. She loves it there. She lives there like half the year.
oh, that's so cool.
Crazy, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Small
the
world.
thing now, sort of.
I'm surprised you guys never collaborated.
Amy and I?
No, Bjork.
Oh, Bjork and I. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I think she's super cool. When I think of Bjork, I always think about that dress she wore at the Grammys. I don't know if you remember that. You probably don't remember it, but it was quite something.
I've seen the clip. Yeah.
It's quite something. Yeah. Yeah. Cool, man. Well, I'm gonna run.
Yeah, this was a great interview. I loved speaking with you. I loved speaking with Kat. I'm going to be at the Anglewood show,
At the which show?
at the Anglewood, New Jersey show.
Okay, will you come and make sure you come and see us?
Yeah, totally. I'd love to like meet you guys before or after
Yeah,
the show.
before or after, like it's not hard to get backstage with us. Just like Matt Ross is our tour manager, or you can text Kim or whatever. It's just, there's no police guards at our door. So just come on back and we'll see you there, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to meet you guys.
Thanks, Will.
Thank you so much.
Ciao, buddy.
Yeah.